Hello and welcome to another in our series of Cadzow Conversations. I want to talk today about how to create a better society. When I was at school, a long time ago now, the study of Latin was still very much on the curriculum, and I have an O-level Latin to prove it. We had to study the letters of the younger Pliny. Pliny was born round about the time that St. Paul died in Rome, so that's round about between 61 and 63 AD. Pliny in his adult life was very active in the Roman Senate and in the law courts. And very often Christians would be brought before him for examination, because to be a practicing Christian in those days was a criminal offence. And if the accused didn't recant, he was convicted and suffered the death penalty. Pliny himself was a man of great honesty and integrity in both his public and his private life, and he corresponded with the Emperor Trajan about the Roman problem, which was widely seen as threatening the very fabric of Roman society. On reading Pliny's letters, it struck me how similar life was at that time to how we behave today as human beings. Because even with the passage of time, it's evident that we today have the same hopes and longings, fears and concerns in our daily lives as Pliny and the ancient Romans. Unfortunately, we also have the same jealousies and prejudices and are prone to the same temptations, such as corruption, fraud, and greed. We may think that as human beings, we've made much progress, and so we have in the fields of medicine, science, and technology. And materially, we're certainly all living a much more comfortable life. But our basic human natures have not changed. So Christ's central message that we must repent and be saved is just as relevant to the conditions of today's society as it was 2,000 years ago. We only have to look about us to see injustices, economic deprivation and inequality, racial discrimination and prejudice, such as in the United States, a prime example, but by no means a unique one, where only recently the spreading of false propaganda and the manipulation of the masses threatened the very democratic basis of that society. It seems that the technology of social media is probably more effective at spreading hatred and prejudice than it is spreading a message of peace and brotherhood. We've recently been shocked in the past month by allegations of the death of 9,000 babies in mother and baby children's homes in the Republic of Ireland, at a time when the Republic was very much seen as a jewel in the Roman Catholic Church's crown. Also, we hear of the killings and persecutions of Christians, not in ancient Rome this time, but in countries belonging to our multiracial Commonwealth, to whom we in Britain bequeath democratic institutions, such as in India, Pakistan, and Nigeria. And in Uganda, President Museveni clings on to a sixth presidential term of power, despite that country crying out for change. Despite the sophistication of our modern world, our basic human nature does not seem to have changed. And in theological terms, we have all sinned and fall short of the glory of God. So, what hope is there for the future of human civilization? Well, the New Testament has the answer. But it does mean that in every succeeding generation, we have to reteach Christ, and that's where we come in. The Apostle Paul is widely seen as the first Christian. He was the first Christian missionary. He was the first to provide Christianity with its theological basis. And in his letter to the Colossians, he says that if we want to be Christians, we should put off our old natures and put on our Christian garments. This is a marvelous word picture, and it's best described in the New English Bible translation, which says, "Then put on the garments which suit God's chosen people, his own, his beloved." And he goes on to describe the characteristics of those who would profess to be Christians, such as gentleness, patience, humility, kindness, and we should forgive one another as the Lord has forgiven us. He describes love as being a supreme Christian virtue, the very lifeblood of all these other virtues, for we are the recipients of God's love, and that alone is what motivates us to love one another. So let's put off our old natures. Let's put off our old soiled clothes, if you like, and in our new garments, walk in the light of Christ. And then perhaps we will be nearer to establishing the kingdom of heaven on earth. Let's finish by reciting the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.